What is up, everybody? I do not have any plan. I don't know. I figured I would just go live and do a crypto fireball Friday, and I'm probably 2.5 fire teas in, so I'm feeling all right. Yeah, so let's just talk about some stuff right after this. Yeah, so again, I don't really have a plan. We're a little bit green today, I think. Let me see what the market is actually at right now. Yeah, so we're pushing the 9,000 Vegeta mean level here, so that is going to be pretty cool. If we can push above 9,000, that would be super cool. I do notice that Bitcoin dominance is down, which is kind of a good sign for alts, right? So we got 65.9%, and I think it was edging up towards 70 real recently, like 68, 69 this past week, I believe, right before the little run started. Yeah, I think that this is looking pretty good. As far, I think someone asked, yeah, Duck Crypto Noob was asking, you know, what I think, or what I guess he's asking the chat, what they think is driving the crypto boom recently. A little bit of it had to do, most likely, had to do with the whole BSV thing, the Craig Wright thing. That has a little bit to do with it because it draws attention and people start getting more interested in it. You know, and then there was Ethereum Classic's fork. As far as Ethereum Classic goes, there was the fork, and then also they were listed on Binance Futures for futures trading, and there was a lot of volume on Chinese exchanges for Ethereum Classic. So that's why you're seeing quite a bit of a pump for Ethereum Classic. I think personally, I like Ethereum Classic, I do, but as far as on the development side, other than the fork, and to bring them closer to, here's the thing, like all these little forks are bringing them closer to being interoperable with Ethereum, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, as far as on the development side, I don't know what all they are actually doing and whether or not this pump is actually something to do with actual development, or just the fact that they were added to Binance Futures, and then the fork bringing them closer and more interoperable with Ethereum. You know, it's one of those things where you kind of have to really keep a really close eye on it. I don't think that it's going to be long-lived. Obviously, this is not financial advice. I'm just some idiot on the internet, but I don't think that Ethereum Classic is going to keep running, you know, like straight up or anything like that. I think that we got to really keep our eye on it. It seems to be not based on a whole lot of real great data, I guess is the way to say it. What is up, Nefarious and Cyfreaks? Yeah, the YouTube notifications, I don't know. I have the same problem with Brandon Coin. Like, no matter how many times I enable it and re-enable it and disable it and re-enable it and resubscribe and all that stuff, I never get notifications for Brandon Coin. And it sucks because I'm on my stream, you know, Monday through Thursday, and I'm waiting to see the notification from him to let me know whether or not he's going live, so that I can just, you know, end it in my stream. And yeah, it sucks. I don't know why that happens, but some people say that if you disable and then re-enable notifications, that sometimes that helps. I haven't experienced that myself, but I do throw that out there if people are asking why that's happening. I don't know. It's a YouTube thing. I don't know why that is actually happening. I thought that maybe not Brandon Coin, but Red Panda Mining would go live tonight as well. I never saw a notification from him either. So the Deadwood, yeah, probably back to 6. It looks like it's at 9.3 now. It was up well above 10. I want to say it was approaching 11. I know that the rank was actually in the 10s, so it was overall market cap was in the top 10 easily there for a while, and now it's kind of doing a little bit of a pullback, even though it's still up 12.3% from yesterday, 24 hours ago today, or 24 hours ago. It's still up 12.3%, but I say this all the time. I mean, nothing really goes up forever unless you hold it that long, right? So let me see what else y'all are talking about over here. I do have a couple of things. I took a couple of notes I wanted to talk about. Hey, what's up, Serpent? What's going on, man? Yeah, I honestly, I mean, I've been on Twitter today, but I haven't seen any Vegeta memes. Crypto Wendy O was talking about it, but I haven't seen any, so I must not be following the same folks that she's following. But yeah, I was not really looking forward to them, but because normally whenever they come up, it ends up going down below 9,000. So anyway. Yeah, and then yeah, Nefarious is talking about BSV for sure. Yeah, I mean, look, here's the thing about the market, and I say this. Yeah, I know that we broke it, but we came back down. So I know that we broke 9,000. As far as the market goes, a lot of people that are involved in the market, even traders or miners, the niche of a niche kind of thing, or niche kind of thing. We all feel like it's super important, and whenever we talk about millions of dollars, in the market as a whole, it makes us feel like it's huge, and that we don't understand why other people aren't involved in it. But man, let me tell you, it is such a small market. It is so small that it is ridiculous if you compare it to real estate or overall fiat currency. It is so small and that's why it's able to be manipulated, and that's why it's volatile. Okay, so we just have to keep that in mind as we're going through this process. It is so small and it's easily manipulated because of that. It seems like if we're looking at Bitcoin or whatever, we're talking about billions of dollars of market cap, but in reality, the actual money that's behind that, the actual fiat money, or the actual currency that's behind this, is probably in the 500 million to 1 billion range. Even because, I mean, you got to think about it. People bought Bitcoin at $1. People bought Bitcoin at $2. People bought Bitcoin at $3, and so on and so forth. Those people, if they're still holding, then even though the market cap reflects the value, and let's say they have 1,000 Bitcoin or whatever, they didn't put in that money, so that's not really it's not a good gauge, right? It's almost like a false positive if you're talking about network security. It's kind of a false positive, right? Because it's telling you one thing, but it's not really true, right? So yeah, it's such a small market, and we just have to keep thinking about that. Once we get to maybe $1 trillion of market cap, or overall market cap, or maybe $2 trillion of overall market cap, all of us probably won't be in chat anymore, and we probably won't be and I definitely won't be doing YouTube videos anymore. So if that was to happen, but that's what we need to happen. We need to have that market cap. We need to have like a huge market cap, in order for things to really pop off. But it's so small right now. And my point early on was that we think, because we're in it and we're involved in it, we don't understand why other people aren't involved in it, right? we look at other people, like I walk down the street or at work or wherever, and I'm looking and I'm like, why? All of these people are probably mining. All of these people are probably investing in crypto, and they don't talk about it. But that's not true. They're not. They don't even know. They don't know anything about it at all, unless you tell them, because that's how small it is, right? So, I mean, there might be some businesses that have some involvement, but for the most part, they are not thinking about crypto. Just like we weren't. Just like I wasn't. 3 or 4 years ago, I wasn't even thinking about it. I saw it. I knew about it, but I was always thinking. I had that really naive, stupid thought pattern of, there's no way that the government, any government, is going to allow this, right? So I was always kind of looking at it as almost like it was illegal, kind of in a way, right? I was always like, man, it's never going to work. But, boy, what a mistake that was, right? Once I first actually started looking at it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is freaking awesome. And I've told this story a bunch of times on my channel about the whole housing crisis and how cool it was that Bitcoin actually came out of that, right? The whole financial crisis in 2008. I was in that, right? Because I bought a house. I bought a house in 2007, like at the freaking top of the market, right? And I watched my house value go down like 60% in a year, right? And I was like, what just happened? I could not believe it. And and then there were some other life distractions that got me, and I just never really focused. If I would have read the Bitcoin white paper back then, I would have been all in, because it would have told me, it would have, like, I'll give you another example. If you haven't seen The Big Short, the movie The Big Short, you have to watch it, because I can watch that movie. I could watch that movie right now, and I would not be able to talk for a whole day, because I would be so mad because of what happened and how the whole fraud thing was going on with the credit rating agencies and all that stuff. It was ridiculous, right? What they did. And had I read the Bitcoin white paper way back when, in 2010, 2011, whenever I first started hearing about it, I would have probably been all in on it, because I would have seen that it was born out of that problem that we experienced, right, in 2008. Anyway, I know I'm totally getting like off on some crazy tangent, but I don't know. It's kind of fun to talk about, but it is also frustrating, because I look back, and I don't know if anybody else does this. I do this all the time, and it's one of those things I need to stop doing. But anytime I see like a date, if the date is like on a document or on a file or whatever I'm looking at, if it says like 2009, 2010, 2011, I'm like, I always think to myself, like, what was I thinking? Why wasn't I just going all in on Bitcoin back then, right? It's what just goes in my brain for some reason. It drives me kind of crazy, actually. Let me let me check the chat, see what you guys are talking about. I'm just over here just going off. Zcoin, I don't follow too closely. Crypto Clydesdale, I probably should, but I do not follow Zcoin that closely. I do see that it's going up recently, though. But, like Serpent is saying, pretty much everything is, so. Yeah, there's something, you're talking about like the United States .crypto noob, the United States starting to give crypto some limelight. The way I kind of talk about this is, the way I like to talk about this is, right now, I don't have any cash in my wallet, right? My money is already digital. And this is a problem for adoption. And I've talked about this before. And if you've heard this story before, or if you've heard my rant on this before, then, you know, forgive me, but I'm going to do it again. So our money in the United States and a lot of other countries is already digital, right? That hampers adoption for us. For the United States, it really hampers adoption, crypto adoption for us, because we already have digital currency. You know, I never have more than $20 in my wallet. I mean, hardly. I would say it would really be a unique situation for me to have more than $20 in my wallet. And maybe I'm a bad person. I don't know, but that's just true, because I know I have my card, I know I have my debit card, I know I have my credit card that I pay off every month. You know, so I already have digital currency. So that's kind of a barrier to adoption, in my opinion, for the United States. Now, in third world countries where their governments are massive hyperinflation and all that stuff, Venezuela and Zimbabwe or whatever, you see how crypto does there, right? So we as a community probably need to come to this realization that it's going to take a lot for this to happen as far as mass adoption. And it's probably one of the reasons that has turned Bitcoin itself into more of a store of value than a digital currency that it was set out to be originally, right? Because the white paper is digital peer-to-peer digital cash, right? And that's not what it is. It's not, right? You can build layer 2 stuff on top of it and have that be digital cash, which is cool. But Bitcoin itself is not digital cash. It is way far away from that. You know, 10-minute confirmation or 10-minute block times. There's some inherent things that are wrong with Bitcoin and it becoming an actual digital cash. Which I'm fine with. I'm fine with it being a store of value. But things built on top of it could be, you know, the digital cash. So my throat is actually hurting. I'm talking so much. Let's see what y'all are talking about. I don't even know what y'all. I'm trying to catch up, but I don't know what y'all are talking about. All right, so Serpent's talking about MTP a little bit. Hey, what's up, Shuby? Yeah, it's Fireball Friday, man. I have some Nefarious. I actually was not going. I actually had a little bit too much, to be honest, and I was not going to go live because of it. And then I kind of like I tapered off a little bit, and I'm like, all right, I think I'll be all right live, because right after I did a Ravencoin stream earlier, the update, 3.1.1 update to get my wallet to that level for supporting restricted assets and tags on the Ravencoin network. And I think during that stream I was drinking, and then like there was like a 45-minute wait there between the time that I finished that and this stream, and I was like, man, I might not be able to go live. Got to get your screen where you can see it when you look at the camera. Yeah, I have the camera right in front of me, but I have like a screen on each side. So I've got the chat over here, and then the screen that you see here on the live stream is actually on my right. So it does kind of, and because of where the camera's at, I probably should bring the camera in a little bit closer. Yeah, it was like 45 minutes, I think. I probably need to bring this camera in a little bit closer, because I've got some stuff over here on the left, like that wall, that I really don't want that as part of the frame. I would rather have it not be that. So I don't know. I mean, some of the stuff is, can pull it in a little bit, but I think I need actual, like, another table here, like, because this is basically the end of my desk right here. So I probably need to put like a little table here and pull everything towards me a little bit. That way, whenever I'm looking a little bit off the camera, it's not so obvious. But the way it is now, it's like really super obvious. So, oh, the chat covers half my face. Okay, so I can probably move this over here like this a little bit. Whoops. Let me see if I can move that over there a little bit like that. Yeah. You don't want to see my face anyway, so it doesn't matter. What's up, Sci Freaks? So maybe this might be a little bit better. I don't know about the whole mobile thing, but all right, let me just, I know I've been kind of like going off crazy here. Let me check, because I did make a little bit of notes. Oh, okay, so I did want to kind of talk about the, I don't know if y'all see, but I've got the green t-shirt on. I don't have my Savage shirt on. So, and that's because of the Green Day, I guess. Green Week almost, actually. So that is cool. And then I've got the green light back there, the green LED. And let's see here. I wanted to actually, so what did we do here? So we started talking a little bit about Ethereum Classic, you know, and again, I think that it's going to see a pretty significant pullback. You know, if you do a little bit of research and find out why it's pumping, it's not necessarily because of development. It's more about being listed on the Binance futures with 75x leverage. That's one thing. And then there was a huge amount of volume on Chinese exchanges, right? So, you know, I got to throw it out there that you really want to be careful with this. Maybe take some, you know, not financial advice, of course, but I hate that we have to keep saying that. We probably don't need to keep saying that. I think that they fixed that to where we don't have to keep saying not financial advice. But anyway, so maybe take some profits or whatever. I don't know. I only have one. I ain't gonna lie. I only have one ETC right now. So I've had a lot in the past. We used to mine it pretty steady for several months. We were mining Ethereum Classic probably in 2018, at the end of 2018. I think I only have one right now because I actually donated one to Red Panda yesterday for his stream. And yeah, so yeah, one of the things you got to keep in mind and just look at, you know, why something is pumping the way it is, you know. And in this case, it really seems like it's not necessarily fundamentals or development or anything like that. It seems like there's other factors that are causing it to actually go up. So, all right, whoa, sorry about that. So we got 5 minutes to DCA. They start at 10, I guess. Okay, right on. Let me. So Ethereum Classic did complete their Agartha fork, and that was recent. That was January 12th. So this does, as far as development goes, I think I mentioned this at the top, how, okay, so there is a little bit of development, but that development has to do with compatibility with the existing, the Ethereum, not Ethereum Classic, but the Ethereum blockchain and being interoperable with it. So it's like they're adopting those technologies, and that's why. So that there's a couple of things. It's almost like a perfect storm. You've got the Binance futures, you've got a successful hard fork, you know, that provides some compatibility with Ethereum, and you've got yeah, those are, I think there was one article that was talking about 4 things, but I think that there might be 4 things, but let's see here. Yeah, it looks like there was just those 3. Hey, what's up, Red Panda? Real quick though, before we get out of here at maybe at 10, there is a new, you guys know that I love CCX, Conceal.network, and they have updated their desktop wallet. So let's go ahead, and I've got the old one here already open. So I'm going to exit out of there. They've done a pretty huge user interface update from what I could see. I have not downloaded this. I don't know anything about it other than, you know, them talking about it on Twitter and Discord about the actual update. So the wallet update. So let's go ahead and see if we can do this real quick. So they're on Conceal Desktop version 6.1.0. You can see the updates here. Comprehensive redesign, faster sync, password confirmation on critical actions, like if you're sending crypto, then it's going to ask for your password. Before, you could just send it and it wouldn't ask for the password. Looks like they've added the ability to lock and prevent sending funds to exchanges that require payment ID, because payment ID is no longer supported. So that is deprecated, I think is what they call it. So that feature, now they use integrated addresses, I think. I don't know about Conceal Desktop or Conceal, but there are other ways that they do that now. So, all right, so let's go ahead and download this for Windows. Win64 610. Sounds good to me. All right, so we got it downloaded. Now let's do the check that we normally do. So we downloaded Win64 610. So this is the hash, probably SHA-256 here. So let's go ahead and do the check on that. I'm going to copy the file name here. And then we'll launch PowerShell like we did earlier. And since we typed it into the address bar up here, it launches in the same folder. So then you can say get file, whoop, I don't know if this is get file hash, and then right click, and that pastes in the actual file name, and then we're going to press enter. So I probably did not, it's get dash, yeah, I messed that up. There we go, my bad. And then we're going to double click on this and copy, and then we're going to open up a notepad to do the comparison. There's tools online to compare, but it's just as easy to do it this way. So all we're doing is validating that the devs posted a file here that they ran a hash on. So we're basically trusting the devs to not give us malicious software, right? So we're validating that this file right here that we downloaded is in fact the same file that's listed down here. So we're going to go to, so all I did was I copied that. We're going to go to Notepad, paste it in there, and then we can just eyeball it and figure out if they are the same. If one bit was changed, it would be totally different. It would be a totally different number. So if there was any change to the file, malicious or otherwise, then it wouldn't match. So I'm confident that we have the correct file, the one that the devs believe that they uploaded. So then we are going to, I think they still do this. There's just a conceal.exe in here. So I'm going to extract all. I'll just extract it to the same folder. Yeah, conceal.exe. So then we're going to run as administrator. Probably going to lose you for a second here. All right, and then we're back. think I installed this. Let me browse to my folder here that I normally put my wallets. I don't know if I do that with this one, but we'll see. So I just went with my location of my wallet here. Next, install, finish, get out of here. Let me navigate to that folder again. Yeah, if I go into the folder where the file's extracted to, or where I chose to install the wallet, you can see right here that the wallet was changed, or the date was 1/17/10/03. That's today. So I'm going to double click on that to launch the wallet. And the CCX splash screen never comes up on the right hand side, so it's always on the left. So this is the new looking wallet. Okay, this is super fancy looking. I would have to really get in here and play around with it. I don't really want to waste your time with that, but it looks like yeah, this is a huge redesign because their old wallet did not look anything like this other than the color scheme. Huh. Okay, I like this. I like the look of it. I will have to play around with it before we do like a video on the functionality or anything. But it was a solid, quick upgrade, so that is cool. Yeah, alright, so this deserves its own little video, so I will do that at some point. Get out of there. So wow, we actually covered a lot, and I did a little bit of a rant there too. I was gonna go over Gminer. I think Red Panda mentioned this. Gminer seems to come out with a new version every day, and there is no doubt. You know, you can see right here, 192 was okay. So 192 actually I thought there was a 193. So 193 doesn't work anymore, or it's not going to work anymore, and they actually, it looks like they took it off of their GitHub altogether because I think there was I don't know if there was a vulnerability or some issue with Grin, with mining Grin. So they, it looks like they've removed that version altogether. And if you are running 193, then it is not going to work for much longer. So let's go over here, and actually I need to check this. So if I go to hash rate, I am running 193. So let's see if we have new versions in here for us to set up. So this is hash rate OS. I'm mining swap using Gminer 193. So we need to fix that. So let's do it. I think I'm on the desktop wallet. I believe this one right here. I need to clean this stuff up a little bit. Yeah, 193 right here. So we're going to edit coin. Scroll down here, select the miner. Yeah, and they've already added 195, which is awesome. So we're going to choose 195. We're going to get rid of 193. Then we're going to click save. So that's a good sign where it says success up there. But you can see right now it's still 193, right? Because it hasn't restarted and we haven't actually applied it to the rig. So we're going to put a check mark next to the rig and then go to action and then mining. It's going to ask us, are you sure? Okay. And see how the miner doesn't have anything selected? And the reason it doesn't have anything selected is because we deleted 193, which is what it's currently using, right? So we have to come in here and actually reselect. So we click the drop down, click on 195, apply to all. It's going to process it, and then it's probably going to restart the miner. You can see, boom, it knocked it offline. not really offline. It's still online. It still sees it, but it is relaunching the miner. And you can see right here that it's already changed it to 195, right? I'm going to give this a second and make sure it's still back up and hashing. And then we will exit out of here and we will go over to DCA to see what is going on. You know what? I don't even know if I've subscribed to them yet. Red Panda, can you throw, let's see, who else was talking about DCA? One of y'all, can y'all throw the link in there? Oh man, Red Panda, I can't wait for that video, man. Collusion with silicon and all that. Grin. Ugh. Yeah, I need to subscribe to DCA. What is it? What does it stand for? I forget.
That was just 2.
Here they are. Okay. Oh, I am subscribed. Okay. Why didn't it show up on my thing there? Huh. All right, so we will head over there. Let me grab this. Yeah, okay, Red Panda, you got me. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, so when is that video coming out, Red? The Grin video. Yeah, I was gonna Red Panda. I was actually going to say this in your stream the other day. I was like, man, I feel like Red Panda is going down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole. But I'm, you know, hey, you know, if there's proof or if there's some type of you know, legitimate you know, data on those subjects, then hey, it is what it is, right? If it was that, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, then it's a duck, right? So, yep. All right. So there's 11 watching here, and there's 12 watching on DCA. It looks like. So I don't know. There's probably some that are dual, like me, because I'm obviously one of those. So let's go ahead and head over to DCA and see what they are chatting up about. And yeah, this was cool. Quick little stream, not too bad. It was 40 minutes, 41 minutes, not too bad. I like the shorter streams myself. It gives me a little bit of my day back, I guess you could say. So I'll see you guys over there on DCA. Thanks for stopping in and checking out the stream. I didn't cover everything I wanted to, but that's okay. We can pick it up later, right? So stay savage, everybody.